Hello, I'm Kendra, and this is Hooked by Happenstance Makes Monday, episode number 12, Locomotive. It's going to be a short one and a sweet one because I am currently on vacation, so it has none of the usual bells and whistles. Not that I have a lot of bells and whistles, but, you know, there's usually a few. There will be none of those. And again, it's going to be kind of an odd assortment of things that I'm making because, again, I'm still kind of working ahead on some things. So there's some secret projects that have been completed, but I will show you the things I feel like I can talk about. Just a reminder that I am doing Veda, which is a video every day in August here on the Hooked by Happenstance channel. So if you would like, you can be here every day for some new content. Also worth noting, we have reached 100 subscribers on the Hooked by Happenstance channel, so now we are much easier to find, no longer alphabet soup, just youtube.com/hookedbyhappenstance. Okay, so moving along to my enamored by etymology section. You didn't think I would skip that because I was on vacation? No. This week's word is locomotive, which for all intents and purposes means a rail-driven vehicle, or what we more commonly refer to as a train. That is how I got from Kansas out here to California. And I did a great deal of crafting on the train because I had a whole day's worth and night's worth and many hours worth of train ride to fill with activities such as crochet. And I will have a similar period of time going home to do the same. I also was able to bring my own luggage at a more, it isn't as stringent, your requirements for train luggage, so I could bring lots and lots of yarn and not have to worry about space or weight in quite the same manner as you would on an airplane. So I wanted to tell you what has been on my hook. So the first thing I showed you last week, it is this sweater. It's called the Danielle Sweater by Pam Dadechik, something like that. Her company is called Sincerely Pam. It can be found at www.sincerelypam.com. And this is what my Danielle sweater looks like right now. I am using Bernat Bamboo in the color Sail Away, I think is what it's called. Smooth Sailing. It looks like this, and it's like a boucle style, and it is some of my very oldish yarn stash. So I am currently one repeat of the pattern away from having the body of the sweater done. Then there's just the whole like connecty sewing it up bit and then adding the arms. And I believe there's a bit of an edging and I think like a little bit of a neck. And then it's done. So I am in good shape to have this done before I leave my parents' house at the end of the week. So that has been I'm really enjoying this project. I'm loving the feeling of this yarn. I think the more I work with it, the more I feel like this is going to be a really usable project for me, or at least I'm hopeful it will be, because it has a lot of yarn in it and a lot of stitches, but I'm really liking the texture that it's turning out. And I think it's going to be an adequate size, which is always, you know, a bit of a guess when you make a sweater. You're hoping you do it right, but you can't really tell if you did it wrong till you've done an awful lot of it. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see the end result. The next thing that is on my hook right now is this Afghan, which I started when I got here. It is based on my pattern, the Simply V-Stitch blanket, which I had originally designed to make using Bernat Baby Sport. And this is obviously made using a Premier Yarn sweet roll. This is a sweet roll and I guess a sweet roll and a half because I'm just starting the third color. So a sweet roll and a half. I think it's going to end up taking 3 sweet rolls to reach both the pattern dimensions as well as my preferred size. But I'm really enjoying the colors. I love this magenta. I'm a little annoyed with the way that the color progressions are wrapped in the sweet roll, because even though I got them from the same dye lot, they didn't all start with the same middle color. Or they did. They started the same middle color, but it didn't match up right. I had to do some finagling and some rolling off and some rolling back on and some color management, which seems to be a constant problem with these. They're also, oh, that's what caused part of my problem too. when I got toward the end of the last color, there was some issues with a knot, which only one knot in a skein is not terrible. I understand for commercial yarn, that's very much within reason, and it continued in the same color progression, so it didn't even mess up the colors, which again, lucky. But the yarn got really thin, like it really messed up where that knot was. There was a major issue with the continuity of the yarn, to the point where I had to actually take out a large section of the color because it just wasn't, it was obviously a different weight. And it didn't look good in the Afghan when all of a sudden your stitches that had like a certain size in your V suddenly become huge because the yarn is so thin. So I did have to make a few accommodations for that. I have been working on a few other things. I completed the We Hook Wednesday pouch for the next one that is coming up this week, as well as some others that you will see in the future. And I completed a tutorial, which you will see tomorrow, for the Roll the Dice Cozy, and a Speedy Stitches of the Roll the Dice Cozy, which you will see on Saturday. So I did complete those items, and you will see those in videos later this week. So basically everything that has fully come off my hook, you will get to see, but just not right now. And that is everything that I have made. I did get a wee bit of yarn. I was yarn ferried a large like shopping tote bag and a box of yarn from a viewer, and I will probably just show that to you when I get home because I think it will be easier that way. I'll show it to you as I'm putting it into stash or something of that nature. But for right now, I just don't really have the best setup for the showing off of yarn. Sorry. Is everything that I have for you this week. I hope you are all enjoying beta. I certainly have been enjoying making all the new and different content. It seems that people are liking the new Yarn Tales videos, and I will include a little bit more about the upcoming books. I've still been working out like what is considered a spoiler and what is not. I've been very interested in watching booktube videos lately, so I think I have a better handle on that. So I will be working on that. On the end screen here, you will see a link to that Yarn Tales video I discussed, as well as a link to my Etsy shop if you would like to check out my handmade project bags and my crocheted critters. There's some flamenco bags that went up today. See you all next time. Bye!